Okay, so this is going to be a simple breakdown of Stand By Me, the great song by Benny King. So I'm just going to run through the chords first, and I'm going to give you two basic rhythms, strumming patterns that you can use. First one's going to be a simple one to get you started. The second one's going to be a little bit closer to the original song. So this is going to be a two-part video. Don't stress too much about this song because it is simple. And you don't want to think too much about the rhythm. Best thing to do is to listen to the song and get that rhythm in your ears. And you can almost listen to the song and just practice. Just moving your hand to the beat. That's how a strumming pattern can be born. Most of the time you just listen to a song and you get your hand moving, and eventually you put the chords to that movement, and you get a rhythm and a groove. But let's run through the chords first. So 4 chords. First chord is an A chord. So I have 2 fingers, my first and second finger. First finger's on the 3rd string on the 1st fret, and my middle finger's on the 4th string on the 2nd fret. And I'm leaving the top 2 strings open. Second chord's an F sharp minor, and F sharp minor is it sounds like a tough chord, but all you have to do is just add your 3rd finger onto the 2nd string on the 2nd fret. So it's just one different note to that A chord. I'm also leaving that that 1st string open. D. Now there's a couple ways you can play D. Simple ways, just 2 fingers on the 3rd and 2nd string. Sneak that into the 2nd fret. Now you can strum all the strings, but notice how it sounds a bit different. It sounds beautiful, but not quite the sound you want for this song. So you may want to avoid hitting that 4th string. If you want to hit that 4th string, you can try to squeeze 3 fingers into the 2nd fret like that. That's a bit of a squeeze, but you get that sound, which is fine as well. Either one's fine. And then we have an E chord. E chord, you can 1st finger on the 2nd fret 1st string, 2nd string is open. I use my 3rd finger on the 4th fret 3rd string. And again, I try to avoid that 4th string because it sounds a bit awkward, but it's not going to make a huge difference. So let's run through those 4 chords. A, F, D, E, back to A. So feel free to pause and rewind that part of the video as many times as you need to. Before you start strumming, it's actually a very good idea for you to just play the chord on the first beat, let it ring, and sing the song like this. When the night has come, and sorry, let's try again. When the night has come, when the land is dark and the moon is the only light we'll see. Good way for you to hear the chord changes rather than relying on counting or looking at a sheet. If you do this beforehand, when you do get the sheet, it's like everything is confirmed, and it's like everything is sort of gone. It makes sense. You use the sheet as a guide. But I'll do that one more time for you. You can go, when the night is an A chord, has come to another A chord. F sharp minor comes along, and the D chord is the only E chord light we'll see for an A chord. So darling, darling, A chord by me in an A chord. F sharp minor, stand by my F sharp minor, and stand by the D chord. E chord, stand by A chord. Excuse my awful singing. Alright, so once you get those chords down, we can get started on the rhythm. So the rhythm, let's start off with a very simple beat that's going to get you started, going to get you into the motions of the song. I want you to think of a basic drum beat that goes boom, chick, boom, chick. you can practice this on the uke actually. You can mute your strings and go boom, kind of use the palm of my hand to hit that, and I go boom, chick. A little bit of a slap to get that chick. So boom, chick, boom, chick. That's the groove you want. So boom, chick, boom, chick. Okay? That's your simple groove to get you started. I know it doesn't sound like the original song, but it's to get you started. So I'm just going to use an A chord as an example. You can strum on the first beat. Now to get that chick sound, what I'm doing is I'm strumming, but my palm is actually going to make contact with the string at the same time. So I'll move my camera around. So I'll try to do this as slow as I can. It's not going to sound good if I do it slow, but you can see my palm touches the string as I strum. So you get this muted sound. Hear that? So it's actually it's about that part. Okay. Now the key with doing this chuck, as it's referred to in ukulele, is not to go too hard. You want to try to make it feel as natural as possible. So you got to keep that arm moving, sort of like boom, chick, like that. Keep it moving to that sort of feeling, that groove, and you're not going to get it 100% of the time. Yeah, sometimes you'll miss, sometimes you don't. But the point is to try to make it feel good. It's something you can't really practice on its own like that. You got to play the song, and sometimes you'll miss it, sometimes you'll get it super clean and it'll sound awesome. But the whole point is to get this feeling. So when you're strumming, you're getting into the groove of the song. Okay, so let me demonstrate. I'm just going to demonstrate with an A chord. Okay, we're going to go. When the night has come. Look at that. And notice how I'm moving that hand. I'm trying to get some movement with my right hand. I'm not stuck and just trying to do it with my arm. If you try to do that, you're gonna put another hole in the ukulele. You don't want to do that. So just try to, you got to experiment. There's no perfect way to do it. It's a feeling thing. If you hit the strings and it sounds like that and it feels like, hey, I got a nice bounce to my strumming, you got it. So one bar of this rhythm is boom, chick, boom, chick. Good place to do it is actually. It's easier to get that over here, and you can get your palm sort of muting the strings after the strums anyway. So boom, chick. From side on. Okay, so we have 2 bars of A. So here we go. Here's the playthrough part. 1, 2, 3. That's 2 bars. 2 bars of F sharp minor. So there's your F sharp minor. So and boom, chick, boom, chick. Then we just have 1 bar of D. So boom, chick, boom, chick. 1 bar of E. Boom, chick, boom, chick. And then A for 2 bars. And boom. And then you start the progression again. Okay, so I'm going to play through it. I'll sing the chords and I'll hum the melody very gently in the background. And you can try to play along with this as well. There will be a sheet, but for now, the whole point of this exercise is to get you listening and feeling the groove and sort of connecting with the song, before you even look at a piece of paper. Here we go. 1, we're going to start with A. 2. 1, 2, 3, 4. A. F sharp minor. And the land has done. And the D chord, just for 1 bar, is the only chord for 1 more bar. Like we'll see with an A chord, 2 bars of A to finish. And we're going to start again. 2, 3. Now I won't be afraid, and I won't F sharp be afraid. Just as long we play a D chord for 1 bar and an E chord for 1 bar too. Stand by an A chord for 2 bars. So darling, darling. Okay, I'm gonna hold it there. So there's this very simple rhythm. I'm gonna cut the video now because we've been going for a little bit, quite a while. But if you find that a little bit difficult to do in the beginning, you can take out that hit and just do 4 simple crotchet strums like this: 1, 2, 3, 4, and get that bounce going with the right hand. So it's like boom, chick, without the actual chick, you know. It's all about a feeling and getting a strong sort of body rhythm and movement going. So you're not trying to work this out. This is something you can't really work out mathematically. You got to listen to it and you got to feel it, and you just got to do it. You know, the first few times you're going to struggle. That's okay. You know, this is not beginner stuff. This is not easy stuff. It takes a little bit of time, but it's all about getting into a right space of mind, being relaxed. You got to be relaxed. Use that wrist, you know, shake that wrist, you know, swat a fly, you know, go out, swat some flies. Good training for the wrist. Don't do that. Okay, so one more playthrough, and then we'll cut the video there. Here you go. 1, 2, 3. Boom. 2 bars of A. That's first bar. F sharp minor. Boom, boom, boom. D for 1 bar. E for 1 bar. Get that bounce. 2 bars of A to finish. Here we go. I'm going to sing. So darling, darling, stay on the A chord for 2 more bars by me. Now the F sharp minor for 2 more bars. Da, da, da. Get that hand bouncing up and down. Just as long as the D chord is played for 1 bar, and so's the E chord played for 1 bar, by the A chord for 2 bars.